Hey everyone, how are you doing? Hi, it's good to have you here. Welcome to the July community call for YMCA's digital services. I am just admitting all the people. As those of you know that attend the call monthly, this is my favorite game of whack-a-mole in Zoom because people pop up and I try to get them in as fast as possible. And it is my personal challenge that no one is waiting. So we'll get this call started officially in just a minute here. I just want to give more people a chance to join, and then we'll get things rolling. Hey, Shelly, how you doing?
Doing good.
Good, good. Yeah, welcome. Yeah, welcome everyone. And I'm just getting everyone in the call, including their note takers, because AI is cool. All right, great. Awesome, awesome. And let me make sure the chat's up in case y'all have questions. And as you have questions, please feel free to put those into the chat, and we'll make sure that those are read off and addressed at the very least at the end of the call, if not during. All right, great. So who has the 100-degree temperatures today? Chicago's a nice temperate, like 80, so I can't complain.
Gonna be hot here in Oregon.
What do you got, Pablo?
It's gonna be 103.
Yikes. Dang. Oh man, Sarah's got 107 in Virginia. That's harsh.
That's why I left Delmarva.
Good call. Good call.
Yeah, there's
We've got a heat wave in BC here, but it went up to 85 yesterday.
Oh my
yeah,
lord.
there's a fire emoji next to our temperatures here in Virginia, so that must be hot.
Yikes. Yikes.
Getting the remnants of we're supposed to get the remnants of the hurricane this afternoon here in Chicago.
Oh, is there a lot of rain in our forecast? I didn't look ahead.
There's like flood alerts for this evening, so
Yikes. Oh,
yeah,
lovely. That's good times.
batten down the hatches. But
Good times,
hoping
good
everyone
times.
in Houston is all good.
Yeah. Yeah, one of my good college friends talked about sideways rain and what looked to be darkness during the day, I think 2 days ago when it was, I think the hurricane hadn't made landfall yet. This is just the outer edge of the weather event, so that sounds crazy. All right. Well, great. Well, I think we have a good amount of people here. Let's get the call started. Oh, well, after we get Sandeep in here, and then we get the call started. Right. Now, let's see. Who is sharing the slides today? Is that going to be you, Shelley,
Right.
or Avi?
I can take care of it. I've already got it up, so let's go for
Thank
it.
you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Let me try to actually do the slideshow so we can see it. All right, there we go.
Great. Perfect. Thank you. Thank you. So, yeah, we're not going to have a super long call for today, but we have some good stuff to share. We're going to go over the release schedule for what's coming up, and then give some insights into what's slated for the next or the rest of the year. Let's see. Avi is going to talk about some important security updates that are coming very, very soon, and I'm going to give just a quick reminder, repeating what I said on the last call about the virtual Y and the state of that and what that means if you host your virtual Y either through us here at YUSA or if you are running it through a agency partner. Let's see. Shelly is going to talk about some product roadmap reminders. And as always, we'll share the listing of all the community resources we provide and have time for any of your questions. All right. So I believe, let's see, Shelley, I believe you are on to talk about the August and September release.
Yes, absolutely. All right, so we've got some changes coming to the last half of 2024. We've got some new priorities, and so we've had to shift around some of the deliverables for the last half of the year and into 2025. Things that you'll still be getting in our point release in August, September. We're not exactly sure of the date yet. We'll inform you of that as soon as we know. We have the membership calculator and schedules compatibility for the colorways. So if you're using the 4 different colorways and you want to apply those to your membership calculator or schedules functionality, you'll be able to do that after this release. We've also got a bunch of layout builder, technical debt, and improvements that have been ongoing, as well as some bug fixes that have been ongoing as well. So those will all be in this point release in late August, early September. So you'll see that coming, and we'll have a full list of all that stuff to provide probably on the next community call. Tom, did you want to take this next slide? The
Yeah,
big change.
yeah, absolutely. Thank you. Coming up this year, we are going to introduce this small Y template. And at a high level, what the small Y template is it's roughly the same association websites product that we already support through the code distribution, but it is very specifically tailored to the Ys that have either like a single location or a very small footprint with like a handful of camps and branches. And what we're doing is we're targeting a easier to administer experience, where the website is largely laid out for the Ys. So there's a little more of a restricted layout optionality, but then the upswing of that is that there's more of decisions made for the content administrator so that the concentration can be on the content and less about learning the CMS. So part of that is there is a newly designed like banners and layout and menu structure. Definitely the streamlined content administration, like I just said. And then coming out of that too is there's very careful consideration to brand compliance in terms of colors and images and even verbiage where the demo content aspect is concerned. And it's standardized, and of course there's a concentration on accessibility there as well. So it's even more of what I'd call like a turnkey approach to association websites.
Awesome. Thanks, Tom. Okay. And then following that, we're going to do another smaller point release in December that will be a bit of some of the cleanup from the small Y template. So we'll have some demo content available for you guys in the sandboxes so that when you grab the instance of the small Y template, you'll have some pre-prepared content and imagery in there for you already to help you structure your content. We'll also be doing some technical cleanup, so any wrap up or anything small things that need to be fixed, we'll be addressing during that December release. And we'll also be beginning on the Bootstrap 5 updates, which we've pushed back just a little bit. Since it's not a security update, it's just more of a platform versioning update. We're kind of pushing that a little bit to make room for this small Y template. And coming in 2024, we've shifted some of the work, should be 2025, my bad. Coming in March 2025, we'll be shifting forward some of the work that was supposed to be coming in September and December. So that's that membership calculator updated design with the financial aid estimator still coming. We've got that on our roadmap. We've also got iconography for the design system, and I believe that the intent with that, Tom, will also be to include it with the small Y template as well. So those icons should be available in all of the instances. So if you've got the small Y template at that point, you can have the icons too. Next coming with that as well be the dark mode for the design system. So if you use dark mode on your phone and you want to look at your Y website at night without getting your eyes flashed with bright white colors, we're going to have support for dark mode coming as well. And then some more of the more boring technical stuff. We've got a Drupal 10.3 update coming, as well as finalization of Vue.js updates and the Bootstrap 5 updates. So all that will be coming in March. Okay, so on to the next slides. I think this is you, Avi.
Yes, indeed. Thanks. Yeah, so two updates here regarding security issues that have come up in the last few weeks. This is a new one that we wanted to make sure folks were aware of. It's a relatively technical situation, but there was a open SSH vulnerability that was brought up in the last couple of weeks. I will drop this link into the chat. Um, there was a lot of kind of news about this. The good news is we've done research across all of our hosting providers. There's no known vulnerabilities. There's no known usage of this in the code base at the moment. And we've also checked with all of the hosting providers that this has all been mitigated. So we wanted to let folks know that you might hear about this in the news, but we have taken care and looked into everything, and it shouldn't be a problem for everyone. The next one I will talk about. So in the February or the March call, we talked about a vulnerability in this polyfill library. When we found this, it was relatively early on in its exposure on the internet. And in the February release, or sorry, the March release, so website services 10.3.2, we pushed a patch that resolved this issue. We basically changed from the old library, which had been bought by a Chinese hosting provider and had the potential for causing issues. We changed that to a new trusted source. Spread the word out about that, and it seems like that word has gotten out to most folks in the community. What's new about this is in the last couple of weeks, there were reports that this vulnerability, which in March was theoretical, is now being exploited. And there have been tens of thousands of sites that have been affected by that. I'm posting that link in here too. So Shelly, if you can go to the next slide. So I've gone through and kind of made a chart of all these things so folks can be aware. So the good news is, based on our communications in March, ImageX, YUSA, ITCare, OneEach, 5jars, JW have all patched all of their sites with the fix for the polyfill vulnerability. So we're all good there. That code has been out. We had released that code. It's been out for 3 months now, and it should be there for everybody. If your site is maintained independently, you'll want to check with your provider and make sure that you've got these updates. But if you've pulled in the March release of the distribution, you're already covered there. Regarding the OpenSSH vulnerability, I've listed some of the common providers here. Acquia has updated folks and their systems aren't affected. Pantheon is actively monitoring things. Platform has also reported that they're unaffected. YUSA has patched all of their anything regarding the OpenSSH vulnerability, and OneEach has also patched all of their systems there. So no known effects with that. Regarding polyfill, YUSA has patched their systems. It's like the kind of service, you're getting all of the code out of the box there. So as I said, all of the hosting providers that we communicate with regularly have pushed updates. But if you are on Acquia, Pantheon, or Platform, or OneEach and maintain your own code, again, you'll want to make sure that you are up to date with the latest, with the March release in order to be protected from that issue. Any questions with that, feel free to hit us up in Slack and we can help out. But the good news is lots of people are covered and we've known about this for a while and hopefully gave everybody sufficient notice. So that's it security-wise.
Thank you so much, Avi. All right. And then back to you, Tom, for that quick virtual eye update.
Great, thank you. So right, this is me being repetitive. I had said this in our last call, but for those of you that weren't on the call, Basically, we are sunsetting Virtual Y this year. So we're supporting Virtual Y through the end of the calendar year. There are those of you that host your Virtual Y with YUSA. And for those of you that do, as you see on the slide here, we're sunsetting it at the last day of the year. Some of you have already been in touch with me about sunsetting your site. Many times corresponding with the launch of YMCA 360, which is our partner that's providing online exercise resource and other YMCA programming. I mean, of course, there's options to go with other apps and providers as well, but what we want to make sure of is that when you do migrate off of Virtual Y onto a new platform, that you're not double paying for two platforms. So we're coordinating that communication so that we can decommission your Virtual Y site and stop billing corresponding with your new software platform. If for any of you that do not contact me before the end of the year, just know that we are going to decommission the site on that last day, and of course, billing will stop. And if any of you have any questions, you can email us at ycloud@ymca.net. I'm just going to put that into the chat here. And, I would be happy to meet with you and talk with, sorry, there's some autocomplete happening here, like Surrey, that we do not want. One more attempt. Okay. YMCA.net. Thank goodness. All right. I am an IT person with a command of technology. But if you want to reach me, please feel free. I'll be happy to have a call with you and discuss the various options. For those of you that do not host your Virtual Y with YUSA, you can continue to host that for as long as you wish, but just know that the product team isn't going to actively support that software. Especially at the end of the year, there'll be no like bug fixes or security updates following that point. But it is open source code, so if you wish to get to fork that code with your third-party agency of choice, then you have that option. But just know that the team's not going to officially support it.
Great. Thank you, Tom.
Okay.
All right, and then just a couple more quick reminders. Very briefly, we still have our product roadmap portal website where you can provide ideas and suggestions for future features. If you found bugs on your site that may be related to some of the new layout builder work, you can update us about those there. And you can also find out about our future releases. Just so you're aware, I have not updated it yet for the most recent changes. Those will be coming this week. So if you're on there this week, it might not be quite up to date, but you'll see that next week it'll be back up to date again with our updated roadmap. So apologies in advance for that. And then last but not least, our community resources site. So this is just a slide we keep in here for everybody to utilize for kind of a central repository for all of our documentation and good tutorials and things like that that Avi's worked on. We've got ds.ymca.org, which is our gateway to the digital services platform. There's ds-docs.y.org. That's our amazing documentation site with a lot of great information. We also have our YouTube channel, which is at YMCA Digital Services. Again, all of those supplements to the written documentation. We have a lot of really great video tutorials as well. And then for all of our contributors code-wise, we have our GitHub at YCloudUSA. And as always, we'll put the Slack invitation into the chat so that anybody that's not a member of the Slack channel can come and join and be a part of our conversations. And that's it. And it's actually July. So happy July, everyone. The rainbow still applies.
I guess before we close the call, are there any questions that you want to put off into the chat, or if you just want to come off of mute and ask your questions, then we'd love to have an open forum here. All right, I guess I'm seeing no questions. Okay, and that's great. And if you wish to, again, if you think of something you want to ask me later, please hold on to that ycloud@ymca.net email. And again, the Slack forums is a great place to look up questions you might have that might have been answered already, or if you just want to jump in and interact, please feel free to do so. And I think that's all we have for today. All right. Well, thank you so much for coming. I appreciate your time, and I'll have this posted on YouTube shortly. So please tell your friends that weren't here that you can see the call there.
Yeah, thanks everyone. Have a
Thanks,
great week.
everyone.
Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.